vatos hate me, I ain't tripping, gang turned up. Slide up on me, I bring him back and he gets spanked up. Like a tank,
so, homie?
Yeah, what's cracking, bro?
Who we here with right here?
Agnarock, RWK, VOK. You know, I write it AGNER, or sometimes I drop the E to an O. I'm from the 805, you know. I'm actually from the city of Fillmore. A lot of fools don't know that, but, you know, I represent the whole 805 because I'm in every city. No lie.
That's right, that's right. We're going to get something going today.
For sure.
I hope you guys are ready. He's going to show us some real quick so you guys could get to see his style a little bit, and then we're going to get it going. Get going. Let's go.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro.
Well, yeah, bro. Let me ask you some questions while we're mobbing.
Yeah, for sure.
For people that don't know, that they get to know you. Do you remember your first spot you ever caught?
Yeah, to be honest, the first spot I ever caught was a freeway spot. So on my side of town, like where I live, I had easy access to get there. So me and a couple of homies, we painted a freeway spot. It was a wall off the 126. So yeah.
How old were you?
Fuck, I was probably 13.
13?
Yeah. The thing in the 805, you know, a lot of homies that were writers, they look like, you know, they look like they're part of a gang, you know, blank tees, bald heads. To be honest, like, that shit's still around for sure, but it's not like, it's kind of slowed down in the sense of tag banging because either they joined the neighborhood or they just stopped doing that, you know? But there is still tag banging around. The fools don't know that. It's probably mainly in California, you know? But I don't know about the other states. But it's the land of the gangbang, you know?
Yes.
A lot of fools seem to forget that fucking graffiti's illegal and that graffiti, beef will always come. And the fact that someone might clip your shit, someone might dish your crew, your homies that passed away, you know, it's inevitable.
Yeah, well,
and then, you know,
it goes side by side with gangbang, you know, because it's territorial, you know. Certain crews got their own spots, and they don't want other crews to pull up and touch their shit, you know.
Yeah, politics.
We're right here in the alley. What do you want to show us right here?
It's the lineup, me and the homies, gentrifying this shit. They put a camera, so, you know, we're gonna have to come bust that shit down, cut them wire. But yeah, it's me. It's the OG right here from Fillmore, the homie Amizi from Sick Minded Crew, spreading more kindness. Yeah, and then it's the homie B-Gon right here. You know, it's the crew, Rough World. And there's other cats here too, you know. This whole shit's killed.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Where are we heading to right now, or what do you got planned for the day?
So we're gonna hit a little train spot, and then we'll probably hit some shit right here in the little downtown area, and then call it a day. And look, I'm gonna show you some shit. If you don't patrol your spots, shit like this gonna happen, some bullshit and that shit. So I gotta come rebuff that and hit that with the white and maybe a gray.
All right.
So, you know, that's to all you fools that if you guys are complaining because your shit don't run, it's because you don't come patrol it, you know?
For sure.
And, you know, that's a little warning. If you fools do that shit and I catch you, you fools are getting beat up. Straight up, you know? Because then you wonder why you fools get beat up. And then I'm like, well, look what you did, you know?
For sure.
And that's not to be like because I'm crazy or whatever. It's just because I feel disrespected, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of fools would too, you know? But some fools will be like, oh, no, it's all right. But nah, it ain't all right with me, you know what I mean?
Well, what made you want to pick today LA, like to come in? Because you say you're from the 805, right? Like.
Well, to be honest, like 805, like a lot of fools say it's anti-graffiti. I mean, in the sense of like the city buffing you, for sure you're going to get buffed more than like LA or the Valley because it's not as popular. And what I mean by that, there's not a lot of people doing it as much in Los Angeles County or LA for that matter. You know what I mean? There's not that many writers in the 805 that are like pretty much like, you know, painting and killing mad spots where that shit's gonna run because they're tired of people writing graffiti, you know what I mean? So they're just gonna let it run till finally they buff it. But nah, bro, fucking, there is spots, but out here in LA, like they just rock a lot longer and you get more of the recognition because people see it, so they appreciate it more. And if it's gonna rock, I might as well do that, you know?
So there is a big difference between the 805 and LA.
I mean, the only difference is that it's a part of the city. As far as over there, they kind of like they frown upon it, you know, that they don't accept it. So 9 times out of 10 it's gonna get buffed. But there is murals there, and there is a lot of dope writers that come from like Ventura County 805 area, but just LA, it's just a part of the city for decades, you know.
For sure.
Or the county, you know, just the area for years, like more than 30 years now, you know. So.
All right. That's your merch right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! So they could cop that too. They really want to cop that and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a logo in the back and shit, but I got the jacket on. But you know, maybe
they'll see the logo right now while we're pushing and stuff like that. You want to start pushing that way?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
You ain't really thugging blocks. You ain't sliding on your ops. You ain't never come outside and started dodging on the cops. I was really in the field, fuck around and catch this K. All these bullets gun spray when you diss on 58. All these jakes up on my ass, got the yada to kick you right now. JoJo do stated, always coming with that bite down. Serving Vatos headshots, I hit him with that red dot. Dr. Green Thumb, spark this bitch up.
Hey, look at this shit. This is badass, bro. It's fucking clean, boy. Yeah, it's just fucking sick as fuck.
People got permission for that shit, huh?
Nah, fuck no. They just did it, bro. They just did it one day and shit. Hey, full slug bug, full. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You just fucked up the whole clip by shaking my right hand.
Oh, sorry?
Nah, fucking around.
Nah, get all this shit, fool. This shit Spider-Man. I didn't even know they had this shit, bro. That one's pretty clean too. Look, fool, I didn't even know that was a shop right there, fool. Hey, what up?
Good, good.
Oh, it is. That's how it is.
Watch out, watch out. These are pretty sick, dog.
This one right here.
This shit fire. And it's from 2024, G. MTAs, Los Angeles Riders. Oh, look, the homie Bells, and then me and the homie right here.
So is it that one?
Digon did that VO.
Hey, have you ever taken a fall while bombing and shit?
Fuck. You know, recently, like 2025, I was painting with my homie Gmail. We had the jetpack, the fucking telescope ladder, and I was on a bodega, and that, like the fucking roll-up doors, so that shit was kind of wobbly, and I'm doing a throw up, and that shit just fucking slipped under me, and my leg went in between the fucking steps.
Shit.
So when I fell, the fucking ladder crushed my leg with my own weight with the fucking ladder. That shit fucking hurt. I mean, I've eaten shit like falling, but that one was the worst one because I was on a ladder and like my leg caught in between the ladder underneath it. So like my body weight crushed my own foot because the ladder was in between my leg, and I just got my shin. And fucking Gmail was like, oh shit, you're good. But then after that, I was busting up laughing. He's all, damn, I wish I would have got that on the fucking time lapse. I'm like, fuck you. Shit was funny though. Yeah, shout out to my homie Gmail, CBS. Yeah, that fool's putting it down for UPN too.
He's one of the
he's one of the
young ones, up and coming pretty much.
Yeah, he's active, you know. He's from my city and shit too, that's my homie. Shout out to homie fucking Newer, he just got out, fresh out doing his thing. He's from CBS. That's Gmail's homie, you know. A solid cat, I met him. Like LA, bro, like that shit gets killed all the time, you know.
I know,
people come from other states, other countries to come paint LA, you know.
Well, I actually follow you and stuff like that, so I seen that video you posted and shit when the cops pull up and shit.
Oh yeah,
you guys, that's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, they pulled up on me a few times, but the spots where I was painting, they let it slide, you know. I think the second time that happened to me is because some young kid, he was like some kid, his car got broken into, so I'm assuming he called the cops and he had asked us because we were smoking a blunt. And I was like, nah, we've been here for like 15 minutes. We didn't see shit. You know, we're trying to paint. We wouldn't blow up the spot like that. And yeah, the cops came like guns blazing. Probably thought we were jacking that fool. We had jacked him. And we're probably armed. And he just made sure that we had no warrants. And we had no weapons on us, and he let us go. He told us, you know, you could pick up your trash before you leave. Don't leave no trash here. And you guys, that shit looks cool. You guys can take some pictures. They were like young cops, like around my age, younger. So that was kind of funny, you know.
Oh, that's clean.
Yeah, it was. I got lucky right there for sure. I was with the homie Bells, and I was gonna run, but I had my phone right there doing a time lapse, so that's how I caught all that shit.
You would have left that shit behind.
Yeah, I would have took off. I would have been in like 3 blocks over.
Other than that, do you have any like crazy little stories that you have experienced while like doing graph?
Fuck, I have a lot, bro.
One that you could speak about either way, you know, like I said.
Nah, I feel you.
This channel is not to incriminate people. Anything incriminating is gonna be out the window type shit.
Nah, I feel you, bro. And I appreciate you. To be honest, one time I was painting with some other fool. He's from the valley, right? And he's like a punk rocker fool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. And he like, you know, he like does drugs or whatever, like parties and shit. And we were painting the spot in the valley, and it was kind of like an intersection. So like the intersection had like stores like, you know, laundromat, liquor store. Across from that, there was another parking like lot area where it had 7-Eleven. And like another store like fucking AutoZone or some shit like that. So I started painting the side of the liquor store on the sidewalk, and there's mad shit killed right there. And it's off the freeway too, like over like in the city, in the valley somewhere. I think it was Van Nuys. And me and homie are painting, so I'm doing a throw up like on the side of a building, but they had like posters, like wheat paste posters, that were like advertising like a movie and shit. And some Honda pulled up, and some fool pulled out, and he was like a cholo, like white tee, tatted in the face, dome. He had like some sandals on, so that fool wasn't gonna fight, you know. And he pulled out a burner. He was like, "What do you fools? You think you guys can just paint up in my hood?" And whoop-de-woo. And I was like, nah, homie, like I'm just catching a spot, you know. He's like, where you fools from? And I was like, oh, I'm from the 805, you know. And I was in the valley, so probably thought maybe that fool was probably set tripping. But like I did a mummy rap, so I was like, fool, I'm not dissing nobody's hood. Like you could see underneath what I was hitting, you know. And the homie I was with, he was freaking out, so I didn't really pay attention to the homie that had the strap on me. And I was like, hey, yo, fool, like, you good, bro? Relax. And that fool noticed that I wasn't really tripping on him like that. He's like, all right, fool, like, hey, fool, relax, like, let me talk to you fools. And then I was like, oh, where you fools from? Like, you can't be, like, riding in my hood, like, thinking it's all cool. I'm like, fool, I'm just getting up, dog. But if, you know, you're trippy, he's all, give me the 2 cans you had, like, you know. And I was like, let me finish my shit. And he's all, fuck, fool, hurry up, you know. And then I'm painting, and he's like, hey, fool, I used to tag, dog, you know. And then that fool was like, oh, that's what's up, you know. And I'm fucking painting. And I did a throw up. I did it black and white. I'll send you a picture of it on the ground.
Yeah.
He like told me just be careful, and then we went and hit like 5 other spots after that. We hit Hollywood, the 101, and a couple spots downtown. Yeah, that was back in 2023. So that one's probably crazy because I could have got shot, you know.
Yeah, for real.
Like, you know, especially me being from the 805. I'm in like not set tripping, but I'm out of town. I'm in the 818, and he was banging his hood, you know.
Yeah.
I know where he was from in his neighborhood like that, you know.
Where are we going right now?
Oh, we're gonna cut through into the yard real quick, and then I'll show you. Let's get up in this bitch. Hey, so you guys know there's been security here for like almost a year that way, so it might give you a hard time over there, but you could still make it that way, but you just gotta, you know.
They've been everywhere, fool, on the other side of the 6th Street Bridge too.
That fool be trying to pull out the shop and shit, huh? Acting all froggy. Yeah, little fucker.
Black fool too?
Nah, it's the white fool that's tripping on me. It's the white fool, like the older white dude with the mustache.
Black cop down there too, bro. He be asking mad questions and shit.
Nah, don't say shit, dog. Just paint. But like, them fools really can't even blast you technically unless, like, you have to be shooting them for them to even try to shoot you.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Well, we're gonna be down there, bro. Be safe.
About those headshots, I hit him with that red dot. Dr. Green Thumb, spark this bitch up in a headlock, I'm cruising. straight cruising. Sucker push on me on the set, I'ma lose it. Cruising, straight cruising. Sucker push on me on the set, I'ma lose it.
Straight cruising, looting, fucking pretty bitches, getting faded on the daily. What I'm doing, in my low, steady riding, I be brewing, keeping shit truing. Fuck about these bitches, yeah, the dreams we pursuing. Quick to run a fade, pull guns, then you know we get to shooting. You ain't really about the life, homie, who the fuck you fooling? L-E-double-O, Johnny Bird.
Just tight, huh?
Yeah.
I could probably hit that side where they're at, or hit this right here. Well, this one's clean, it's brand new on this side. Only thing, there's a fucking camera.
Oh shit. I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna do 2 throws on the motherfucker.
Have you had any fights during, like, related with the graffiti game?
Oh yeah, plenty, bro. I mean, they know, bro. I think because they think I'm not like the biggest, like, you know, scariest looking dude, that they probably think they could get one on me, but nah, bro, I've been fighting my whole life since I was a kid, dog. That shit ain't nothing to me, fucking, you know? Especially growing up in a neighborhood, fools just tripping because they think you live on a certain side of town and they think you're from that neighborhood, but you just grew up there. You know, shit like that. You know, people be tripping, go to parties and shit like that. It'd be like that, you know? But I'm not really trying to tag bang like that when I was in high school, middle school. Like, I'm just trying to paint and stay low key and fly under the radar, you know, without getting busted, because, you know.
How about, what's your opinion on the writers that gangbang and they also write, like?
Those motherfuckers, they need to know when gangbanging is gangbanging and graffiti is graffiti. A lot of fools, when they can't hack the beef when it comes to their graffiti lifestyle, when all else fails, they'll throw up the hood, and I think that shit's whack, because, you know, there's a lot of writers I know that are from other neighborhoods, but they're not like, hey, fool, I'm from this neighborhood, they're from this crew, you know. But if you bring it to the neighborhood, like gangbanging side of politics, where you start set tripping on them, they're gonna start set tripping on you too, because they're gonna feel some type of way because you're disrespecting them, you know, trying to bang on them. That goes for anybody though, you know. But as far as them fools that gangbang and write graffiti and then, you know, want to fucking intimidate fools like, I'm from this neighborhood, that shit's out the way, homie. That shit's weak, you know, because.
So it doesn't get tricky. For example, there's a writer that gangbangs, right? And
a lot of writers that gangbang.
And then they hit in a spot, and then somebody comes and bangs on them. How are they supposed to react? Do they gotta say like the graffiti crew, or they gotta say their hood?
I mean, it just depends on how they're getting, like, how they're getting pressed. If them fools are hitting them up like, hey, where you from? What do you write? Then I expect them to be like, hey, I write this and this and this. But if a fool comes up to them and they're painting, you know, and they're like gangbanging and they're from a neighborhood, I would expect them to be like, well, I'm from this hood. What's up? You know?
Yeah.
You know, but that's just those are politics, like. That are made before me and you were born and shit, you know?
For sure.
You know, that's just what it is. But a lot of fools that don't gangbang, they don't understand that shit, you know?
As we know, we still, like, our generation was a little bit like the borderline when rioters still were green lighted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, depending on what section they were from, the side of town, and what gang they were in, you know, because they live in their neighborhood type shit, you know. But
that comes with the territory. Your crew's right here, they're already assuming your future, whatever is there, when it's not even like that, you know.
Yeah, it just Honestly, bro, it just depends on the situation. You know, I can't speak for everybody, but
yes, every situation is different.
I've seen fools do it, and like, you know, that's where shit gets tricky. And you know, like, to answer your question, it can get tricky. You know, like, especially if you're writing and you're from a hood, like, and you're painting in other cities, in other towns or whatever, and you're not gonna be like, hey, I'm from this neighborhood, and not because you're scared or whatever, because that's not what you're doing. You're not gangbanging. You're trying to paint. You know. It just depends, bro. You know. It should get tricky though, for sure. I think it just really happens mainly in California.
Yeah.
Maybe certain other states that are gang influenced, you know. But I couldn't tell you.
Like the Bay, kind of.
Like the Bay, or like even in
the Bay seems a little tricky too.
Even in Chicago, and like, I'm assuming like
Chicago's
Detroit,
crazy.
You know. Even in Texas, you know.
Yeah.
It just depends, Brody. But yeah, I'm gonna drop a couple throws real quick, and then we'll be out the way.
Let's get
I'm gonna leave the bag right there.
Yeah, we're done.
Below, turn these virgins into hoes. Wanna diss me, fill your body up with hoes. I'm known from the SD to the motherfucking O. LAIE, bomb bitches, palm trees, bomb weed, throwing bees for that motherfucking.
What are we dropping right here?
I'm just doing the crew real quick. RWK. You know, just a little little burner piece.
Right after those throws on the train. How was it? How was what's the feeling that you get every time after you drop the first bomb of the day or the night?
Fuck, honestly, bro, it's like a fucking. It's like, as far as bombing, like when I paint, it just like it becomes a frenzy. Like I want to keep doing it till I run out of paint, you know. And then after that, you know, I just call it a night. But I get a good adrenaline rush from it. You know what I mean? I love painting. That shit's fucking my therapy and shit. You know, everyone fucking does it for whatever reason they want to do it for. You know, if I don't do it, I don't feel right, you know? That's how I express myself. You know, working hard and shit. You know, going about your day, working what you got to do to pay your bills, you know, support your family and shit. You know, some people drink, fucking gamble, do drugs. You know, this is what I do on my spare time.
For sure, for sure. As you mentioned earlier, you're from some other crews too, right? Like you're from like what?
I'm from another crew called VOK.
Okay.
You know, Vandals Out Killing, Vampiros of Cali. They're another crew from Oxnard that they really put on for a long time. So yeah, my homie Van Gogh, he's running the show at the time, since the big homie Reza has other responsibilities that he does other than graffiti. You know, he has his own tattoo shop, does his thing, and you know, I put it on so I can represent for all the homies, you know, that put on before.
For sure. So I always had this question that I always wanted to ask somebody, like, why do people like join different crews and stuff like that? Like,
I mean, it just depends, right? Like for me, the reason why I joined the crews I'm in, because I personally seen them painting as I was a kid, you know, other generations before. Like me, I'm in RWK, and I'm their generation. My homie Vomit from RWK, he also used to be VOK. Some fools don't realize that because this was back in the day. And my homie Sayer, you know. So I joined RWK because I seen people that I looked up to as a kid that were writers growing up, and they were painting tough, you know, like Vomit, Fear 2, Loader, Core, fucking, I've seen OG Nax, the homie A-Base who passed away. That's another big reason why I joined it, because A-Base was the only one, the city that I'm from, that was from RWK. So that's a big reason. But
since you started writing, you always wanted to be from like 2 crews and stuff? That shit was always on your mind, or
nah,
no?
Not even. Nah, not even. I just wanted to be a part of a crew that wanted to paint as much as I did, you know?
Yeah.
To match my hunger, you know?
And then how about the people that joins like 4 or 5 crews?
I mean,
what do you do about that?
I mean, fuck, that's a lot to do. If they're like in 7 crews, I'm assuming they probably paint each crew that they're in day by day, like one crew. I don't know, shit.
That'll be a little complicated, huh?
No, I mean, not really. It just, I feel like if you're in a lot of crews like that, you got to put in work for all the crews that you're in, like equally, if that makes sense.
What's your thoughts on the people that join crews and they drop out, like, for whatever reason?
I mean, fuck, as long as they drop out, like, on good terms, which I feel like dropping a crew should never be a thing unless, I don't know, like, there becomes some issue where they don't get along with each other anymore. But as far as them, like, dropping crews that they don't want to be a part of anymore, like, they probably should have thought that through before joining the crew, because you're going to get in the crew and you put all this work in, and then you end up not following through and representing all the way. It's just kind of a waste of time for the crew that you put in work for, and mainly yourself, because all those missions that you did for your crew, you could have just done them for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
But that's on them, you know? You know, I personally never fucking ranked my crew. I never denied my crew. I never be like, oh, I'm in and then I'm not in when the beef's cracking. Like, nah, I'm not like that. I was never built like that. My homies taught me better, you know?
What are 3 things that you hate about grass?
I fucking hate the gossip. And then honestly, I hate like how some people that are writers, because they're doing a certain thing or they look a certain way, that they get more views and they get more props or recognition. It's like nothing against female writers. I think female writers is dope that they write and shit. But like when the girls are showing their ass and tits and their fucking graffiti is garbage, like straight garbage, like, I think that shit's whack, you know? That's when it's kind of watered down, you know what I mean?
What's one thing that you love about grass?
I love that fucking graffiti, dog. No matter where you come from, how you look like, how your upbringing was, that because of simple kind of fucking spray paint, we're all connected like that, you know? Like, that's what makes us, you know, connect and interact with each other, you know, because we all love spray painting, like writing graffiti, you know?
And then when you're bombing, what's one of your favorite caps?
I like the Legos, obviously the classic NY Fat Tip, pink dots, and I really like these cream skinnies. These shits are fire, along with like banana skinnies and German outlines. I like it all, to be honest, bro, you know? It really just depends on like what I'm doing that day, that night, with the piece or throw up, tag, or whatever, you know? It just depends on the spot, bro. Well, I'm not that type of writer where it's like, I need to paint with this. I'll paint with that, like with whatever, you know? I remember for a long time when I was a kid, my crew was built on dollar Walmarts, golds, silvers, black and whites, and reds. And yeah, $20. So that's fucking, bro, that's 10 fucking throw-ups. You know, that's like 4 or 5 bombs. Those were the golden eras, bro. So I used to paint with stock tip, fool, for a long time.
Has it ever crossed your mind to paint out of the United States?
Oh yeah, fucking, I've painted like out of state, like, well, other states as far as different countries. When I was a sophomore, because I've been doing mixed martial arts since I was, I've been doing boxing since I was in 7th grade. And then one of my homies, he was from a gang, and low-key he caught a body, but he got arrested like years later because his fucking homies ratted on him and shit. So I didn't have a right to go to the boxing gym no more. So it was like 7th, 8th grade, and then freshman year, my uncle, he trains at this gym where he knew the owners and he knows everyone there. So he started taking me there so I could stay out of trouble. And that's when I started doing mixed martial arts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickboxing, and then obviously boxing, because I used to go to the Colonia gym. So Robert Garcia, he started going to the gym that I was training at with my uncle, the MMA gym. And yeah, so when I was a sophomore with the gym that I train out of, we went to Bangkok, Thailand, but we were 2 hours away in the city called Pattaya, which means the city of party. So I've tagged and written out there, but I was like, fuck, that was a long time ago, dog. I was 15, and I haven't been out of the country to paint like that again. But eventually I will, you know. Painted Texas, South Texas, Vegas, Arizona, fucking Utah, Seattle, Washington, you know, all through LA, like also San Diego and a little bit of San Francisco. I plan to go to Oakland and then San Francisco and then New York at the end of this year. So, you know, but I do want to go paint overseas, you know. I just got to stack my bread right again and then do it, you know.
You've been doing art for a minute. Obviously, every writer has certain writers that they look up to.
For sure.
Have you ever met a writer that you look up to?
Yeah, I've actually met a few writers that I look up to.
One in specific, you don't have to drop no names, but how was your interaction with the, have you had a bad interaction or good interactions from the ones you met?
I mean, to be honest, to all the OG writers and like writers like amongst my age or a little bit older, like my peers that I look up to as writers, majority of them, they're dope, you know, like fucking, you know, I met that fool fucking Zesser in the train yard right here with my homie Gmail, and that fool was hella cool. And we met that fool Baisa and Merch, and them fools were cool. They hit our black books, just Baisa and Merch. You know, and I met like the OG, like T Lokes from TKO, like that fool was cool. That fool's super talented. He's one of my favorites as far as like being a dope graffiti writer.
So overall, good experiences.
Yeah, yeah, overall, you know, and, you know, even like when I'm in some random gangbanging, like some neighborhood and some gangbanger like hits me up, like most of the time they're cool, you know. You kind of know when to paint and when not to paint in the area, depending, you know. If you're like on somebody's street where there's a liquor store and shit, probably not the best spot to paint, you know. That's just to avoid conflict, you know, with the homies that are running that area, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know, just respect the barrio that you're in, you know. But yeah, like the people that I look up to most, like, is that fool fucking Saber, Revoke, and Algor. I'm inspired by the young crowd too, you know. Makes me like want to keep going and shit, you know.
For sure, for sure.
Gotta stay active, you know.
Always. Well, there's anybody that you want to shout out before we let you get to your piece and stuff like that?
I'm gonna shout out my homie Gmail from CBS.
Anything else that you want to mention too? Like,
yeah, fucking shout out, you know, shout out you guys for fucking interviewing me, the homies from Steady Mobbin'. Shout out my homie fucking Vomit from Rough World, my homie Fear, Core, Load, my homie Sayer, my homie Be Gone, my homie Autism. Shout out the Right Spot. Not just the homies, also Steady Mobbin' too, you know, hooking me up with loops and shit. Fucking shout out my coworker, fucking Gilbert. If you know, you know. That's the homie right there. He said he subscribed to your YouTube channel because I was talking about at work that, hey, I'm gonna do the vlog with the homie, and he's like, oh yeah, shout me out. So yeah, shout out Gilbert, homie, from my hometown.
Other than that, you got some words for the new generation, for the new up and coming writers?
Fuck, hey, you know what? For all you new writers, fucking do your homework. Even if you can't do that, fucking hashtag like names if you're trying to write names, especially if you're trying to write names that are already took in by legendary writers from legendary crews, established crews. That's a no-no. That's never gonna get you no love. That's always gonna give you the target on your back to get capped or dissed because you're not respecting the rules and the culture and in the history, the ones that came before you, you know? And just be yourself and fucking make sure you do your homework and just, you know, move correctly, you know? Or else, you know, the beef's gonna come and then you're gonna wonder why your shit's getting dissed or you're getting beat up, you know? And that's some real shit. But like, I'm not trying to promote violence. I'm just saying that that's just for what it is, you know? People take this shit serious. They take it real serious. They spend their whole life like doing this and like, you know, that's all they have, you know? So if you're gonna diss them or you're gonna clip their shit or go over their homies or their crew or try to write their name, nah, that's just not gonna end well, dog.
For sure, for sure.
You know, but other than that, dog, like, just mind your P's and Q's, move correctly, dog, and eventually, like, you will get respect, you know, but you have to earn it, just like in anything, you know? You put in the work and the time and it'll pay off, you know?
For sure. Good interview, my boy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you get to it so we
appreciate you.
You get your piece done?
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm just gonna fucking outline and then clean it up and then we gold.
For sure.
All right, bro.
Round all the killers, you be smoking with the bums. I was really off the porch, I'm trying to get out the slums. And this shit is kind of fun, I'm blasting bullets out these guns. There's always one up top, that's why I called it 31. And I ain't Michael Jordan, cause I ain't holding 23. I'm holding G17 up in these motherfucking jeans. Let these motherfuckers sag, let it spin and hit your back. Had to strip him for his gun, cause he ain't never gonna clack. You ain't really thugging blocks, you ain't sliding on your ops. You ain't never come outside and started dodging on the